All right, happy Wednesday. We are going to do a little test. 2 weeks ago, a gentleman pulled in here. Someone, not a regular customer, but someone I know. And said he needed some dry wood. He has a mobile pizza oven. He does various events with that. So he said he needed some dry wood that he could burn in this pizza oven. So we walked over here to this pile of wood. I'll turn the camera on in a minute and show you. And I said, this is our dry wood inventory. We've had this split and stacked since the summertime, and we check the moisture content, make sure it's in the below 20%. So he looked at it and he said, yeah, that looks like it will work, but could you split it smaller? A lot of this stuff was a little bit too big for his oven. So we said, sure. We were actually booked at the time almost 2 months out, so it would have been past the date of his event, but then got creative with the scheduling and was able to fit him in for yesterday morning. So Tuesday afternoon, after I was done with the rest of my regular deliveries, then came down and we re-split what was a cord of wood that was right here. We re-split that into smaller, what we call pizza oven wood. And yesterday morning I delivered it. Well, I was hardly out of his driveway when he called the office and told Lynn that the wood was green and it wouldn't burn. So he came down. She said that, I know Mike told you that the moisture content is in the teens. And he said, no, it's green wood, it won't burn. So then he came down here around noontime and said the same thing. He said, I found wood somewhere else. It's dry. I wanted dry wood that I could burn right away. And what you brought me is green wood. I said, well, it's not green wood. It's right out of the pile like I showed you, this stuff right here. And he said, well, it won't burn. I've got a steel barrel that I burn trash in, and I put your wood in there, and it won't burn. But he said, I paid for the wood, I accepted the wood, but you didn't bring me dry wood. So, as you can see, it's a rainy day, what I like to call a Lowry day in the fall, cold, about 50 degrees. It's not raining at the moment, but it's been kind of rainy off and on this morning. And I thought, you know what, I'm doing a really local 6-cord green delivery today. I'm going to see if I can get that wood to burn. So I did check the moisture content of this wood. Right here yesterday. That row that we delivered came from right here. This wood is the same age. And the moisture content I checked yesterday was anywhere from below 10% to a little bit above 20. A few of them were at 21%. Humidity yesterday was around 60. Today it's 80, almost 85. So today obviously a little bit more humid. I'm going to get a little bit of a cold going in. I know what's going to happen here, but I just thought, you know what, this would be a good little video. You know, we have over 500 customers in. Nice warm fire. And you can't please them all, right? We tried. But we find that most of the complaints that we get, especially about dry versus seasoned firewood, is because the customer is somewhat ignorant as to me the difference between season and dry. A lot of parts of the country there's either green or season. Up here, where we're from, been doing firewood for over half a century, and green, season, and dry. And thankfully, the UNH Cooperative Extension has a website dedicated to the differences of firewood, and so that's what we go by. Pretty cut and dry. Dry firewood is anywhere from 2 or 3% up to 20%. Seasoned firewood is anywhere from 20 to 30%, and green firewood is anything above that, typically 50 to 60% moisture content. This inventory, we check it periodically just to make sure that it's what we advertise it as, and it has been consistent. So we're going to see if our wood will burn. Be right back. Split some of this stuff right out of this pile, just like we did, just like Lynn and I did Tuesday. Looking for this customer, he wants some pizza wood. Piece of rock maple. Like the way that sounds, right? Green wood, yeah, that's green wood. opinion, there's only two things that would attribute to this customer claiming that his wood won't burn. One, his wood won't burn. So I should back up a little bit. This guy is a person who's been in town for quite some time. He burns firewood in his house. He's had a pizza oven thing going on for years. He knows how to burn wood. So we're going to take that one off the table. He knows how to burn wood. So either his wood wouldn't burn, as he claimed, or he's lying, right? Well, based on what we got going right here, I think it's probably the latter. I don't need to burn the rest of this. I got enough to going. Put one more on there. But as we can see, I think our wood burns just fine. I think I could probably cook pizza right here. All right, well, had to do it. 15, 20 minutes out of my day. Not even that maybe. But, you know, it sucks. We try to please every customer, but we know that we're not going to be able to do that. We do try to address every customer's concern, but in this particular case, I don't think this